A lot of you want to start creating content, but you never actually do. But before we start, my name is Amma and I've just launched a school community where I teach people how to grow on YouTube the right way. If you're interested, click the top link in the description. Slots are limited and the price is dirt cheap at the moment. The reasons for you not starting content is not because you don't have ideas, it's not because you don't have time, it's because you're scared. It's because you're afraid of being judged, afraid of putting yourself out there, afraid of criticism, and afraid that you're spending time on something that would just waste it. And honestly, I understand that out of all people. Those fears held me back for years before I started creating content properly. But here's the truth. Those fears are also completely irrelevant. Let me explain why you should start creating content anyways. Even if you're scared, even if your first videos are bad, and even if no one watches you. Because here's the reality. For most creators, their first pieces of content are terrible. Production might not be great, the videos will feel awkward, you might even look back later and start cringing. Trust me, I've been there. And trust me, that's perfectly okay. One of the biggest fears people have is asking, my life isn't interesting, why would people watch me? But I want to challenge that idea, because the truth is, you are interesting. But you just don't realize it yet. Every single person has different experiences and perspectives. You see the world in a completely different way to others, and you've gone through things that people haven't. And trust me, people are naturally curious about how other people live. Why do you think day in the life type videos are so popular? People watch them all the time. For example, when I was younger, way before YouTube, I wanted to be a lawyer. So I used to search up day in the life of a lawyer apprentice, day in the life of someone studying law. Things like that. I wanted to know what that life looked like. The stress, the benefits, the environment, and most importantly, why people were picking that career path. Were those videos perfect representations of reality? Probably not. Social media tends to show the highlights more than what actually happens. But it still gave me a glimpse into a life I was curious about, something I wanted to chase. And that alone was valuable. That's actually the same reason you clicked on this video today. It's because I'm sharing my experiences and ideas openly. Something about that resonates with you. If you have a vision or perspective that you want to share, there are people who connect with it. One thing I realized early on is that my videos provide value. People watch my videos to gain new insights. They even hear perspectives they haven't even considered before. And that's why I create content. Not for the views, not for the fame, not for the money, but to help people. And once you realize you're actually providing value, creating content stops feeling like a chore and it starts to feel like a service. And the same thing can be true for you. Your perspective has value, you just don't see it yet. Another fear people have is that they don't have the right equipment. They worry that the microphone isn't good enough or the camera quality is bad, but the truth is you don't need expensive equipment to start. With free softwares and modern tools, you can create a good video just using a phone. For example, if you want better audio, you can use a free program called Audacity. I'm not sponsored or anything, but it works with Mac and Windows. You can record the voice using your phone, import it into Audacity, and follow a short YouTube tutorial on how you can clean up your audio. In about 10 minutes, your audio can sound dramatically better. You don't even need to fully understand the technical details. All you have to do is follow the tutorial and you're good to go. I actually started an old channel using just my phone's audio and camera quality, and those videos got hundreds of thousands of views. That eventually helped me grow to thousands of subscribers and started making money. Later on, the money I saved led me to get a Blue Yeti microphone, which is one of the industry standards for YouTube. But I didn't start with that. I worked with what I had. Your phone camera is also perfectly fine for recording YouTube videos. Modern phones shoot in 4K and perform well in low light. You don't need a $2,000 camera to begin. Even if you're recording gameplay, you can use free softwares like OBS. You don't even need to record at 60 frames per second. You can do it at 30 if that's what your computer can handle. The key rule is simple. Only upgrade your equipment after you start making money. For example, now I'm using a $500 camera, and that's only because my YouTube income justifies it. Before that, I simply worked with what I had. So don't let equipment be the only reason you don't start. Another fear people have is being on camera. Some people feel like they're not attractive enough, some people don't even feel comfortable on camera. But the truth is, you don't even need to show your face. I've had multiple channels that I've gone successful with without showing my face. And honestly, people don't care nearly as much as you think they do. In the past, I have had channels that I've shown my face on, and trust me, you do get a couple of rude comments here and there, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't change the value of your content. People don't watch my videos because of what I look like. They watch because of what I say. If you're uncomfortable being on camera, you can simply stay anonymous. Use gameplay, use background footage, use stock footage, or even record your surroundings. There are thousands of successful channels that have creators that never shown their face. What matters most is your message and the value you provide. Another big fear is failing publicly. Maybe you're scared to start a YouTube or Instagram page because you're scared that people at school or work might see. You imagine them laughing or making comments behind your back, and honestly, some of them might. But here's the reality, they'll forget about it. Most people are far too busy with their own lives to care about what you're doing. They might see it, laugh a bit, let out a giggle, but then they'll go on with their own lives. When I started making videos, some people did talk behind my back. They thought I was cringe, they thought I was trying too hard, they even doubted me. But then, some of my pieces of content started to go viral, and suddenly the same people that were mocking me were messaging me asking for help on how do I do this. That's how it works. People laugh at you when you're small, and then they pretend that they supported you when you're big. So don't let temporary judgment stop you from doing something meaningful. Another concern people have is that their employer might see their content. But in reality, it's extremely unlikely that your employer might even notice you. And if they do, from what I know, most companies don't care as long as you're not sharing confidential information about the company. In fact, many employers see content creation as a positive. This is because it shows creativity, communication, and initiative. Another common worry is that you'll spend hundreds of hours making content just to get no views. But even if that happens, you're still gaining valuable skills. You'll learn storytelling, marketing, audience psychology. Those skills are useful in jobs, businesses, and other areas in life. I've made thousands of videos over different channels. Some's got millions of views and some stuck at barely any. But every single video still taught me something. That's why I am where I am now. Content creation is a skill that compounds over time. Think of it like this. Not creating content because you might fail is like not buying a lottery ticket because you might lose. Except this lottery ticket is free, and even if you don't win big, you still gain valuable skills. The only guaranteed way to fail is to never start. Most people never start because they don't press the record button. It's not about equipment, it's not about ideas, it's about fear. But the people you're worried about aren't living your life. They're not paying your bills, they're not responsible for your happiness or success. So why let their opinions control your decisions? Here's what usually happens when someone starts making content. At first, they're excited. They upload a couple videos, but get hardly any views, and then they get embarrassed. So they quit. But if they kept going, they'd improve. After 3 to 6 months, their editing's gotten better and they found their voice. After 6 to 12 months, their content is genuinely good. They might even start making money through AdSense or gaining a small audience. And after a year, they built the experience needed to become a real creator. Success isn't instant. It's progress over time. So why should you start, even if you're scared? Because 5 years from now, you regret not trying more than failing. You won't remember the videos that flopped. You'll think about the opportunities you never took. The best time to start was a year ago. The second best time is now. Every day you wait is another day you could have been improving. Your perspective matters. Someone out there needs to hear what you have to say. You just haven't reached them yet. And the skills you gain will help you no matter what happens. So if you want practical advice on how to start, here's what I recommend. First, choose a topic you're genuinely passionate about. Second, make your first video this week, not next month. Third, publish it even if it's bad. Fourth, commit to at least making 10 videos before you decide whether content creation is worth it. And finally, keep learning and improving with each video. Ignore the negative comments. People will criticize you no matter what you do. I'm not here to promise you success. Not everyone becomes a big creator, but I can promise you this. The fear you feel right now is far worse than the reality of starting. And the regret of never trying is far worse than the risk of failing. So stop waiting for perfect timing. Stop waiting for the right equipment. Stop waiting for permission. Just start. Make a video this week and publish it. The worst case scenario is that you get no views. Nothing changes in your life, but you learn something. The best case scenario is that you build something that changes the way you live. Either way, that's better than sitting on the sidelines or wondering what could have happened. That's all I've got for you today, but if you're interested in daily one-to-one coaching, click the top link in the description and join my school community. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.